Folks, if you saw our last episode, you saw all the preparation I did for today's project, and I hope it's worth it.
It will be.
You think so, Chad?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We got Chad and Marty here today. We're at Captain D's. Do you serve cheeseburgers?
No, sorry.
Okay, we're out.
But we do at WW Cousins. So.
Oh, you have another place that does serve cheeseburgers. Okay, well that's great. Well, anyway, we're not here for cheeseburgers yet. Anyway, we're here to work on your driveway. Now, I'm not a driveway expert. You have a little tractor of your own, right?
Yes, I have a 1025R and a 4300 as well.
Okay, but it's too far away to bring up.
Yeah,
so
2.5 hours. Not as much fun as having you come in.
Okay, well that sounds good. So we'd be happy. I may have to just let you drive because you'll probably do a better job at this than I will.
As long as you don't video me.
Can't promise that. Sorry.
Okay, we better get started here and see if we can tear up something. Folks, please take a moment to press that subscribe button and press that bell right beside it so you get notified of every new video. Talking with Marty off camera, he reminded me that one of the benefits of subscribing is that he can easily find all of our videos.
Okay, so tell me about your driveway. It's here to the back side of your restaurant. And why is it here?
We actually have no way for our guests to turn left in here. So when they go to that light, they come to the back and use this as an entrance.
Okay. How long have you had a big pothole?
Too long. We thought about converting it to a four-wheel drive course. And then we realized not all of our guests have four-wheel drive, so we decided to
But that would have been fun.
that would have been fun. I would have enjoyed it personally, but not all of our guests would.
Now this is my very first time using a land plane. Well, almost anyway. I went down and back on my own driveway in the prep for this project just to see in general how it worked and level the lift arms. So don't judge. A lot of what you see here is just my practice, learning the ins and outs and best ways to use the land plane. I had it set up leaning just a little bit forward. This allowed the front blade to do most of the cutting. This is how the top link was adjusted when I first attached it, and after using it a little bit I decided I kind of liked it like that. Now I had noticed that I wasn't cutting in quite as much as I needed to, but I did seem to be penetrating more of that hard surface with each trip, so I was going to keep trying it several more times. I think I would have broken through that surface with just the blade of the land plane, given time. But then Christy reminded me off camera that Marty was really interested in the Heavy Hitch toothbar, and he wanted to see it work. I was making slow progress anyway, so I decided to oblige. Wow, what a difference. The tooth bar digs right in. So then I thought, maybe I can use the tooth bar as scarifiers on the front and pull the excess material with the land plane. Not so much. I didn't have enough traction for that. These tires don't have fluid, I don't have wheel weights. I just need more weight overall. But you can easily see how much more material I'm able to grab and pull down to that hole after scraping it up with the tooth bar. I'm sure folks are interested in the performance of these Carlisle VersaTurf tires in this particular project. I didn't really notice much different from the R4s. It's hard to tell, but I think with fluid and weights, they would be fine. I had to remove the vinyl from the cab because of the travel, and it was supposed to be fairly warm in the mid-40s. But while we were there, it just kept getting colder. Kind of wished I'd have had at least the front vinyl and the doors, but if you go back to the 3.5 hours I spent in project prep, you'll note that I really didn't have time to pack anything else. Speaking of time, we spent just about the budgeted amount of time here, about 2 hours working on the project, and that included the extra video time with Marty and Chad. Let's recap the amount of time spent on the entire project, prep and all. I spent about 3.5 hours in project prep, loading, etc. 1 hour each way driving to and from the project, 2 hours on the project, and about 30 minutes or maybe a little bit more unloading at the end. Add to that the cost of the equipment, the trailer, the truck, diesel for both the truck and the tractor, insurance, maybe some advertising. Doing work like this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We do these projects specifically because of the variety. We enjoy showing you all of the different types of projects that can be done with a small tractor. But we would encourage you to think twice before promising your finance committee that you're going to pay for your tractor with odd jobs. I think there are some ways to improve that efficiency, and maybe that might be a good topic for future episodes. But overall, we'd like to focus on using the tractor for your own purposes. We think that's where the real fun is in these little compact tractors. When I was a kid, my dad always told me and showed me that in order to fix potholes, you needed to break up the driveway around them. You couldn't just put new rock in the hole. It wouldn't work, wouldn't last long at all. So with the exception of the really big deep hole, that's what we've done. It'll be interesting to see if the fill that we put on top of the big deep hole holds at all. It may not. And if it doesn't, maybe we can go back down and actually dig it out next time and get it all homogeneous. How do you like that big word? As I watched this, I realized that I had forgotten to tighten the tooth bar down with the exception of 2 of those set screws. So we're doing all of that work with only 2 set screws tight, out of a total of 7.
Like I said earlier, Marty has a 1025R. It's just too far away, and well, after we got to talking, we thought it was a good time to meet anyway. I was noticing that the land plane, it's just not heavy enough or strong enough to dig into the rock itself. Use that tooth bar and could dig right in. Now we could have unloaded the box blade, moved to it, and the scarifiers would have worked as well. But those teeth work fine. It's not a perfect situation here. The asphalt and the concrete taper off really low here. And if we just run the rock down to that, I don't think we're going to be able to get the kind of the drainage we need. So Marty and I kind of agreed we'll just run that rock right on out onto the concrete and see if we can get this slope just right so that water runs off of there. Now I think this could work really well because the rock and dirt mixture here and everything is wet. And I think if we can get this all leveled out, and then if we can get it to dry or pack it a little bit, it's going to be like concrete again. When we first talked, Marty wasn't sure if we needed more rock. Based on what I'm seeing here, I don't think we do need more rock. I think we've got plenty. I actually don't know what this is. It may be that recycled asphalt, but it's all small. It's not big stuff at all. It made for a pretty good surface because it was hard, it was smooth, but over time there had been some potholes developed.
Now, I found the land plane to be incredibly easy to use and incredibly effective. Special thanks to Tufline for sending us this land plane. This one's a 5-footer, and it seems to be about the right size for Johnny. I thought it might be too big, but I'm kind of glad to have the extra width for the side-to-side leveling action. Now, there are many ways you could do a project like this. I could have done this project with just the bucket and the tooth bar. We could have used a box blade, like the one I have on the trailer. But when it comes to the final grading, I think it'd be pretty hard to beat this land plane. Tufline will have a booth at the National Farm Machinery Show. Check them out while you're there. And be sure to visit with us at 11 a.m. each day in the John Deere booth. This is February 12th to 15th, 2020, Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, and we have a new announcement. Thursday evening, February 13th, We're going to eat cheeseburgers together. More about that in a minute. Ken from Bolt On Hooks and Ryan and Rob from R2 Manufacturing. That's the Edge Tamer guys. Will both be there. Looks like I need to spend a minute or two tying up that hose. I really wanted to get this slope right, so I spent some extra time trying to make sure it would drain. I think that's part of the problem causing that big pothole to recur.
Now, you own a restaurant in Louisville,
Right, right.
and its name is...
WW Cousins.
They make a few good items, right?
Well, great
what
items.
What do they make?
Hamburgers. Best hamburger in Louisville.
Cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger. Your favorite food.
Cheeseburger in Louisville. You know what this means, guys? I think we're going to have a meetup in Louisville. Thursday evening, 7 o'clock, February 13th, 2020. We're all going to meet at WW Cousins for a cheeseburger.
Sounds good.
You buying?
We'll work something out.
I got him speechless. Well, it turns out we had the right equipment. We didn't even get the box plate off the trailer, but we would have had to if we didn't have the toothbar. Toothbar worked good,
Right.
didn't it?
Very well. I was impressed.
You going to get you one of those
I think I
toothbars?
will.
Where do you get it?
Oh, what's that place?
HeavyHitch.com.
Oh, yeah, heavyhitch.com.
Yeah?
Heavyhitch.com.
And is there a way to get a discount?
TTWT, right?
That's right.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right. For a 5% discount. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Chad. For a spokesperson, we didn't let you talk much.
Well, you didn't, did you?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Next
You beat
time.
me to it.
We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.